welcome back to my kitchen. Today we have some work we need to do that's very much needed. And while I would love to continue on today on the rest of the drawers and kind of putting stuff together and making it look nice and whatever and throwing stuff away that we don't need, what I really need to focus on is the inside of this thing. We are getting a new fridge delivered Friday. Today's Tuesday. I've been under the weather, which excuse the sound and the look. Not that I look any different than usual, but I feel like I just look a little bit less or a little bit more crazy today than usual. At least that's how I feel. But anyways, we are getting a fridge on Friday, so we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 days plus half of today to get this fridge cleaned out. There's stuff in there. I'm not gonna lie. I probably should have thrown away months ago, but we just kind of keep on piling stuff together. This fridge works ish. The water and the ice dispenser have been broken for months, years actually, not months. And it would leak onto the floor and whatever. So we disabled that function. And finally, we're like, you know what? We just need to get a better fridge or a different fridge. This one's like 12 years old. So we're going to do that, get this one down into the garage and have it live its best life in the garage until it dies out on us. But yeah, that's what we're going to focus on today is getting this fridge cleaned out, or at least as much as we can. I don't have, like usual, a lot of time. I am working. I took yesterday off because of whatever, off of work. And so I'm trying to catch up with some stuff at work, along with now having to do year-end things and having to do YouTube things. I don't have to, but it's quite enjoyable. So anyways, I'm going to stop babbling. I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like inside. All right, are y'all ready to see the madness? Not too bad, right? And then, boom. What the heck? And then all the sauces. And then let's look at the veggie drawer. It's not horrible. Most of the stuff is new, just recently bought. The freezer, somebody in the family forgot some drink and it exploded everywhere. And then we have, I can't even open this up. So yeah, we're going to focus on freezer, drawer, and this. All right, I've got my trusty trash can right next to me this time, so that way, stop wobbling. So that way I don't have to keep walking away or whatever. I'm just gonna chuck stuff in here as I find things that I wish this thing would. Oh, there it goes. It stays open. So yeah, I'm just gonna go on in and see, probably just the door, just to make it easy on myself, and see what I can throw out. I can use this later. This is good.
The wolf, she cries at night. A breath had born in the black wind where the shadows lie. Deep inside despair, our hearts grow fierce, our minds aware.
All right, it's been like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, and this is where we are left with. I removed a bunch of stuff from the back here. I still have a lot to go, but this is a starting point. I threw away anything that's expired, anything that we are not eating, even though it's not expired because it's just not going to be eaten. There's some leftovers over here that I need to eat. I need to go through this stuff here. Some of it is for dinner this week. Some of it, obviously, milk. May 13th is actually today. So we'll see how this goes. I'll revisit this again, probably later today or tomorrow. But this is where we are after about 20 minutes. The doors, I mean, it looks cramped and crazy, but this is actually stuff that's still good and still we can eat. And then I put some stuff on the store right here. This is all I've touched. And I have some food out on the counter because that's lunch right now. And then, unfortunately, the food waste is right in here. It's a big trash can, but yeah, some of this stuff, like I said, is jars. I consolidated a few things, put them away together, but yeah, full of dried blueberries and just jars of stuff that I didn't want to take out. So, unfortunately, there is some food waste in that trash that is disgusting. Not today's problem. So, yeah. Hi, I'm back. It is the afternoon. I've got dinner on the cooking in the background, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of time and go through this as much as I can today because I just don't want to feel like I just don't feel like doing it anymore. Sorry if the audio is horrible, but yeah, let's get started. I need to wipe it down. It's really gross, but this is what we're left with as far as things that are still good and not expired, supposedly. That's dinner. There's some leftovers up here, but most of the stuff is actually good food. And this time around, I picked a bag as opposed to throwing everything in my trash can because the trash can got really heavy. So I'm gonna move on to the drawer and then the freezer, and then I hope we're done because I'm done.
It's always darkest before the dawn. It's always quiet before the storm. We are not afraid. We journey on the road into tomorrow that hope has been.
I think I'm done. It's not pretty. I have to take some of the stuff downstairs into the freezer, into the deep freezer. Like these chicken patties, I eat these for breakfast. I have some breakfast sausage. And like just some random things in here that we need to go through and eat. But for the most part, I've thrown everything out that doesn't, that we won't eat and is expired or whatever. So this is the second bag of stuff that is no longer going to be eaten. Yeah, that's it. I think the fridge is done. It took me a good while. I've been out here maybe like 30, 40 minutes. So it's not like it's taking forever. but I can see my reflection in the oven. It's not like it took forever, but it did take a good chunk of time. So I am tired. I was gonna go through some of these drawers and do some more organization because some of the stuff isn't working as well as I expected to, right? Like the drawer, if you saw my other video of the decluttering, I put some bowls and things into one of these drawers, and yeah, I'll have to revisit that. I have to revisit a couple of things and reconfigure. And I have an idea about this giant drawer behind me, or the cabinet behind me, but that will have to wait for another day. I am so hot. I'm tired. I don't feel good. And I need to cook dinner too. So it's just a lot of stuff going on, and I'm gonna tap out for the day. But I will see you in the next clip, probably decluttering the rest of this kitchen. And this is the problem I'm trying to solve for today. I am going to be working on finding space for some more storage solutions. So here I am taking one of the drawers that I put a bunch of stuff into last time when I decluttered the kitchen, along with the original things that were in there. As you can see, more than half of the drawer was taken up by kitchen cloths. Then I'm moving the bowls that I moved into the bottom drawer and into the middle drawer, and trying to make space for the more storage things. I can't think of the word, but anyways, then I'm moving on to the big cabinet above the oven, and that thing is huge. I had to stand on a stepping stool to even be able to get up into the top drawer, or the top cabinet part. It's really tall. It's really busy. Then I am also taking stuff out of the oven. We did not have storage, and every time I'm baking something, which is a couple times a week, I need to take everything out of the oven to be able to turn it on and preheat it. So I am removing all the baking dishes and putting them right there in that drawer along with the bowls. That didn't fit, so I had to remove that and put it up onto the into the big cabinet up above. Then junk drawer number, I don't know how many junk drawers have we had already? Three? This is the number fourth. Just taking everything out. There were so many sauces that were in there. Some of them had gone dry and or leaked all over the place in the back. There was crumbs, stuff. This one isn't actually bad with the leakage. There was one little bit of leak. And then I put the cloths in there along with some table mats and a drying mat. Then I figured the baking supplies would go with in the baking drawer, and like the plastic wrap would go up in that cabinet. And here is what I'm still left with to contend with. That is still, dishes that are being dried. But yeah, this is just all the stuff that I'm still finding a home for. Oh my goodness, so much stuff. Junk drawer and or drawer number 6, did we say? Lost count. More utensils, more things. And as you can see in the back left corner, here something absolutely did explode. One of the soy sauces, or 2 or 3. And it did end up leaving a stain all the way in the back left. I tried getting that out. It didn't want to come out. And I'm just putting stuff in here, like little containers for sauces, Vitamix pusher thing, some other random stuff. And here's another drawer with stuff. Honestly, I need to probably condense this more and kind of get rid of some of the stuff. I know there's duplicates. I know that there's stuff that we have a lot of, but I was not in the frame of mind in this time to go through that and remove all of the things, because I already did. And then condensing some more candles here, just putting some of the stuff away that I have a space for already, just again putting it back to where it belongs. All right, after all of that, this is what I still have. Honestly, don't even know what that silicone part-shaped thing is for. Some more kitchen towels that don't fit into that drawer because that drawer is very shallow, very very big but shallow. So there's that, along with some ice cube trays and some baking trays for the baking sheets. Some snacks and candy I was trying to hide from the kids, but they know where it is anyways. Then there's the creamy Ninja Creamy containers that I have extra of. Need to find a space for a that is a dry grain blender thing. And I use that actually in the morning, so I need to just put that in the cabinet. And then here we have stuff that we have room to put away. And I would have kept the original audio in here, but there was so much noise in the background with the kids and my husband trying to get ready for an event we were going to. I think I'm talking about some screws for the mirror that I have in an entryway that we need that. I found it in one of the drawers. Those are the candles that we're just keeping. I have space for that. That's a spiralizer bag. And then I have a food processor blade right there, along with a scale on right behind or right below that. But I think I have a space in one of the drawers for that. And then there's some books that I found, recipe books for the Vitamix, for some kind of deep covered dish that I don't think I have anymore. But I guess they look cute. I see all the people, all the fancy people decorating with books on their countertop. Also, I mentioned that this kitchen needs to be painted, as you can probably see from the camera. And then these I actually am getting rid of. We have so many bottle openers. Like, I don't even know why we have so many. Potato masher, that's kind of dirty and gross and discolored. Then we have an Allen key. I found two actually. I threw one away. I was like, why do I have Allen keys in here? That's a for a yogurt maker that I have. And then all of the knickknacks. I consolidated a lot of them in here. There's duplicates. I found new ones. So I may go through this and pare it down again. But right now, what I'm saying in the original audio is that I think I'm going to keep that as is for now. I do use quite a few of these, and it's nice to have that, and especially since they're in a crock. And then here we have more stuff. There are some knives in here that we don't use on a daily basis because, one, they don't fit in the knife block. Two, they're kind of large and cumbersome, but we do use them for like watermelons or fruit or whatever. Then this is the other drawer, more stuff. I think that's where I end up putting the blade for the food processor and the scale. And I may get rid of the food processor, to be honest, because I don't use that thing. And here's the kitchen cloth that we're able to fit. I may revisit this drawer too, because I don't know. We'll see. We'll live with it and see how it works first and see if that makes sense for us. And yeah, and then this is the new and improved drawer for all the baking things that used to live in the oven and or on that wooden bar. Like literally we would just have to take them out of the oven every single time. And then here is the messy but improved drawer with all the containers. And here I'm talking about the storage containers, those black ones, that if it doesn't fit in here, we're not keeping them. We used to keep a lot of the black ones for like people to take food with them when they leave, if we are doing like a get together at the house. But yeah, no, I don't need any more. And then here is the cabinet up above where I put some more baking sheets. Those are huge baking sheets. I got them from Costco and they did not fit anywhere else. But this is what it's looking like. I could probably have done this a little bit better. But right now, this is where it is. I am happy with it. There is a juicer in here that I need to buy things to juice for, because we did enjoy that when I did make juice in the mornings during the summer. So planning on using that again this year. And yeah, here is some more stuff, like I mentioned, some cloths that I need to put away in the pantry, and the candy, I guess, in the pantry because the kids know where it is anyway. So, so much stuff. And here I am putting away the rest of the little things, and just making it cleaner. The Vitamix base I have not found a home for. I think it'll just live there for a bit, but thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful weekend or day.